Hi folks, today we are going to add a mesh to a graphic and then weigh that mesh to multiple bones. So let's take a look at the arm graphic. And you're going to notice that it's already parented to arm back upper 0,1 bone. So if I rotate it, you can see that it's parented, it's attached. Now if I look at my arm back 0,1 bone down here, the forearm bone, if I rotate this, the graphic currently is not attached. So we want to attach that graphic to both bones so we get a nice bend in the graphic at the elbow. Okay, so the way we do that is we select our arm graphic and we go down into this window and we select mesh. And when you put a check mark in the mesh box here, you'll see that we have more options. And one of those options is edit mesh. So we're going to select edit mesh and we get a new window down here. That's our edit mesh window. And in this window, we can start to add vertices to our arm. So we can generate, but you can generate vertices, but it does a poor job. So I'm just going to undo that. And now I'm going to go to create, and I can left click drag points to create a line. And when I get closer to the elbow joint, I want to put more points in. This will allow for a smoother bend of the graphic in this area. And then where the arm doesn't bend, you don't have to have your vertices as close. And you don't want to put too many vertices in, as it can be processor intensive. And we're going to get rid of any unwanted vertices by selecting our delete tool. Let's delete some of these extra lines. And we're going to need many more points in this elbow area. So we'll go back to our create tool. Yeah, so something like that would be ideal. And you can also modify. If you select your modify tool, you can move points around. So there, I'm basically happy with that. So you can go to your edit mesh tool, and that will bring you out of your edit mesh view here. And sometimes you can double click out. Oh no, I guess you definitely have to hit the edit mesh in this particular situation. So there we go. And now we want to weigh this mesh to these bones. So with this graphic still selected, we want to go into our tools and select our weights. And we already had our weights window open, but you'll see if I close it, you can find it underneath views. Select weights. So once again, let's select our arm graphic again, and now with our weights window open and our weights tool selected, let's click on bind. And it says choose bones to bind to the mesh. So I want my forearm bone and my upper arm bone. And now that I've done that, I want to select auto. And auto is going to automatically weigh all my vertices. As you can see, it's starting to put weights on each vertex. Sometimes this does take a little bit of time, and there you go. And now you can see that each vertex has a weight assigned to it. So our yellow bone, all our vertices that are in yellow are all weighted to the yellow bone. All the vertices that are red are weighted to the red bone. And you can even change these weights as well. So I can't change the weight right now. You actually have to have a bone selected. So if I select my arm bone here, I can start to change the weight. And you can also now, by left click dragging, you can change the weight this way as well. And you can go to different bones and do that. And sometimes when the bone is weighted at 100, sometimes you actually have to select the other bone while this vertex is selected in order to add the weight. As you may notice that it doesn't always want to, when you left click drag up and down, it's not currently working right now. So that means you have to go select the other bone, and now it works. So it seems like a glitch, but it's just that it's picky. So now that we've weighted our vertices to the two different bones, let's go see how our bone is going to affect our graphic when we rotate it. So let's go to translate, or let's go to rotate, and we're going to select that forearm bone and we're going to rotate, and you can see we have a nice rotation happening there, and the graphics nicely bending with the bone. And you can always go back into your graphic and you can edit the mesh, but you may have to go back and reweigh it after you've edited your mesh, just as a heads up. So basically that is how you add weights to your mesh and how you weight your mesh to your bones.